In the game of football, there is often at least one turning point, at least one defining moment, whether it be Boise State's hook and ladder touchdown that forced overtime in the 2007 Fiesta Bowl, or when Appalachian State blocked a would-be game-winning field goal against Michigan in the 2007 season opener. On Thursday, when Anoka visited Park Center, there were quite a few defining moments in that game. That loss to Andover on Saturday night. They were taking on the Maple Grove Crimson, and you may remember that last time the Rebels hosted the Crimson, Leah Elledge picked up a hat trick, and the Rebels won 3-2. Well, Elledge has since graduated. Could anybody on the Rebels step up this year against the Crimson? Since early in the first half. But he would miss the second free throw, and the Orioles foul the Rebels on the rebound, which puts Marty Hill at the line. He hits the first one to tie the game up at 60. So all he's got to do is hit one more free throw, and the Rebels have the lead. Aw, darn, he short arms the shot, and Tyson grabs the board. Now, you may know that there's no shot clock in high school basketball. They led 21-0 going into halftime. Early in the second half, how about a little run play? Derek McLaughlin cuts up the middle, finds a crease, and he may go. Or maybe not. Sam Licari saves the touchdown and stops him at the 5. Husky fans, no worries. 2 plays later, Wilkie finds Larson again. That's 3 touchdowns for Larson. He racks up that total for the second straight week. Huskies up 28-0. Tornado fans, here's a little something to cheer about. We're all knotted at 3 apiece. But with about 14 minutes left in regulation, Anoka got the lead back, thanks to an 8th grader. That's right, it's Cassidy Motter who scores the long top-shelf shot to put the Tornadoes up 4-3. Move ahead to the 10-minute mark. Last year's boys soccer season at Anoka had its ups and downs. On the upside, head coach Pete Hayes picked up his 300th win, and the Tornadoes went to the Section 8 AA Finals. But on the downside, the team didn't get its first win until 5 games into the season, and they finished with a record of 8-10-1.
Last year kind of taught us that we need to persevere. We didn't start out the best, not playing our best football at the beginning of the season, but then we grew as a team, and that way pushed us further. So as we persevered as a team together, that made us a better team.
But this year, it looks like the Tornadoes have reason to be confident. They only lost 4 seniors from last year's team, and they also returned key players such as Roland OU, last year's leading scorer, and Travis Mashuga, who's a pretty good defenseman, and was an all-conference selection last year. OU and Mashuga are both seniors.
You really win soccer games, I think, up the middle of the field, and both of those guys play the middle of the field. Roland is our leading goal scorer the last couple of years, and Travis, who's been our sweeper, kind of cleans things up. We have a chance to move him up into the middle of the field this year, so, you know, great leaders, great positive role models for our kids, so I think they're going to help a lot.
But it's not just upperclassmen who might contribute for Anoka. Blake Newman and Connor Schaff both played well as freshmen last year. Newman was another all-conference selection, and Schaff scored some goals late in games last year.
They were surprises for us last year, and they were 2 of our better players. And you know, now they know what varsity competition's like, so I think they're just going to take another step in the positive direction this year.
Despite the losing record, the Tornadoes were battle-tested last year. 6 of their regular season games were decided by only 1 goal, as were all 3 of their section tournament games.
That's a positive because we had so many young players on the team last year. I mean, only losing 4 guys for us means a lot, but to know that we were in close games with a bunch of young players is always a positive thing.
Don't expect the schedule to be easy. Champlin Park and Blaine went to state last year, and Park Center and Coon Rapids also had good seasons.
It's not like we have a big high-scoring team like we did when we won our state championship a few years ago. So, you know, if we come to play, I think we have a good chance to win all of our games. Our games and be in them all, we know that. But, you know, if we don't in this conference, you're going to get beat.
We're up for it. Coon Rapids, we should have won that game last year, so it didn't turn out in our favor because of a lot of stuff. But I think we could take Coon Rapids and Champlin, Blaine, and Park Center. We'll come with our best.